What's up everybody, I am Jaspreet Singh and welcome to the Minority Mindset. So I was talking to my friend the other day and he brought up an interesting question. He was wondering if the system that we all go through is keeping up with all the trends that are happening in the world and whether the system has your best interest in mind. If you keep doing what the majority of people do, you're gonna end up like the majority of people, right? Obviously, and 30, 40, or 50 years ago, this wasn't that big of a deal. Back in the day, if you went to school and you worked hard, you were pretty much guaranteed to get a decent paying job where there was a such thing as a work-life balance. You did not have to compete against automation and artificial intelligence and robots. You were pretty much guaranteed to retire with a healthy pension or social security, and you could get by with just one stream of income. Now, things have really flipped, and this same system, which has not changed for decades, is not cutting it for the majority of people. I mean, for one, you have most of society that's going through the system thinking that it's gonna help them get a safe job, but these safe jobs are being wiped out by robots and automation, so who knows how many of these jobs will even be around for the next generation. And second, these jobs aren't paying enough for the lifestyles that most people are living. When you adjust wages for inflation, you'll see that workers today are making the same as they were 40 years ago, which is like whatever. It's not great, but it's not horrible. But when you look at it like that, you're only looking at half the picture. Remember, inflation is when the price of things go up, and historically, inflation has averaged about 3% a year, which means if something costs $1 today, after 1 year, you'd expect it to cost around $1.03. Pretty straightforward, right? But this 3% number is just an average, meaning that some things are growing slower than inflation while the price of other things are growing a lot faster. And guess what? The things that most people need, like your living and housing expenses, your food, your college tuition, your gas, your prescription medication, and your tickets to Walt Disney World have all been going up in price way faster than inflation. Between 1985 and 2011, the price of college tuition went up by 498%, while the inflation rate over that same period was just 114% according to Forbes. So we're talking about the price growth of some of these things being 4 to 5 times faster than inflation. That means you gotta pay a lot more to make the same amount of money. So while your wages have technically been keeping up with inflation, you don't have the same buying power today as somebody did before you because the cost of things that people need now have gone up way faster than inflation. And this brings me to my next question. What exactly does society value for us? Now, don't hate the messenger for talking about this. I'm just trying to open up the way we think about things. That way we can get out of the sheep mentality and think different than the majority of people. That's why we're the minority mindset. If you wanted to go out and buy a home today, you could get a loan for something around 4% a year. And if you bought a home in the last few years, chances are you got your mortgage for a good chunk less than 4% a year. But now, let's say that you wanted to follow the traditional system to improve your financial future, so you decide to, I don't know, you decide to go and become a doctor, or you decide to get your master's in computer science. If you don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars sitting in your bank account to pay for your tuition and your textbooks and your food and your housing, you're probably gonna have to get a loan. And if you got a federal student loan, you'll be paying 6% a year in interest for a direct unsubsidized loan or 7% a year for a direct plus loan. In other words, you will have to pay a 50 to 75% premium fee or fine so you can go out and borrow that money so you can support yourself and your family, and so you can supposedly be more financially stable than if you wanted to borrow that money so you can go out and buy an expensive home that you may or may not be able to afford. And you've probably heard that society likes to encourage and disencourage certain actions with fees, you know, like how we tax cigarettes to disencourage cigarette use. So doesn't it look like we're encouraging people to go out and buy things over higher education? I mean, I know that you do not need a degree to succeed, but this is what society preaches, isn't it? We say that we want people to be more educated so they're higher income earners and so they can do things that robots can't. So it seems kind of strange, but let me finish. And for those of you who are saying, but Jaspreet, there's more to life and your job than money, I completely 100% agree with you. You cannot put a price on your happiness and your health. But the reality is, it costs money to eat and it costs money to feed other people. You need money in order to survive. And if you don't believe me, next time you get your credit card bill in the mail, call up your credit card provider and tell them that money doesn't matter and you'd like to pay your bill with a big hug instead of cash. And let me know what they say. So now when you feel like, okay, this system is not working in my favor, that's when you realize that the system actually rewards you for not listening to them. Yeah, people and society might think you're weird for doing something different, but if you go to school and you get a job, this money that you make from your job is classified as earned income, meaning you go to work, you earn money, right? That's earned income. This earned income is taxed at the highest tax rates that our tax code has to offer. As a quick background, our tax code has different categories of income depending on how you make your money, and because most people earn their money from their jobs, earned income is probably what you're most familiar with, and it comes with the highest tax rates. If, on the other hand, you invested your money, the money that you make from your investments is no longer classified as earned income and you get to legally pay less money in taxes. Or if you started a business, you get to legally pay less money in taxes. Why? Because our tax code says you can. So I'm no Bob Ross. I mean, I'm not an artist, but let me paint a little picture for you. The price of schooling is skyrocketing and you're having to pay a premium to borrow this money just so you can qualify for that nice job where you will be paying the most amount of money in taxes. And if that's not bad enough, the amount of money you're making isn't really keeping up with the price growth of things that you need. Isn't it weird how nobody's ever told us this? I feel you. So now what should you do? You could blame the person who saw an opportunity and took advantage of it, but that's not going to do anybody any good. You could complain about it, but complaining never got anybody anywhere in life. Or you could learn. Now that you watched this video, you're aware of what's happening and you have access to so much free information literally on your fingertips. Learn about how you can break away from this majority path. Learn about how you can create a side income or start a business. Learn about investing and better managing your money. Just because the masses do something doesn't mean you have to follow. Sometimes the M is silent. And if you're looking for more information, we have tons of articles on our website and videos on our channel, and I'll link some of them in the caption below. And we have an ebook on money and investing. It's completely free and you can read it on our website by clicking the link up here or by clicking the link in the caption below. And now that you've heard me ramble about this, I want to know what you think. Am I dead wrong about the system not really working for us and being outdated? Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button and share it with one friend so we can help spread the word. Don't miss our new videos on entrepreneurship, business, and money every single week. So hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you actually find out when our new videos are released. And as always, keep hustling.